Hello everyone and welcome to our Twin Flames Universe YouTube channel. My name is Denis.
And I'm Nicole.
And we are Twin Flames in Union and certified ascension coaches at Twin Flames Universe. And today we want to talk about what happens with your twin flame when you heal. And I think it's important to just start with some of the basics for some of you who maybe you're not familiar with the mirror exercise or like how you actually hear twin flame separation. So just to give you a bit of foundation. What Jeff and Shaleia teach at Twin Flames Universe is you and your twin flame are one. So you share, and that means that you share one consciousness. So Nicole and I, as twin flames, we share one consciousness. We are one consciousness that is expressed through both of us. One twin flame is the divine feminine, one twin flame is the divine masculine, but it's the same consciousness that comes and is expressed through each twin flame. So the whole principle of twin flames is based on this principle that when you heal and you make a new choice, your twin flame, since you share one consciousness, heals and makes the same choice that you make. So I feel like when you start in the twin flame journey, and maybe for some of you watching, maybe you already know who your twin flame is, maybe you've been on this journey for quite some time and you've seen how this healing work actually works and how your twin flame is reflecting back to you the healing you do. Maybe you're new and you're still kind of trying to figure out or see, okay, does this actually really work? And that's what we really want to touch upon in this video, because I remember when I started on my twin flame journey, for one, I was working through several false twin flame experiences, but regardless of that, back at that time, for me, in theory, I knew this whole principle of, okay, when I heal, when I make a new choice, my twin flame heals with me and makes the same choice as me. But it was kind of, it's a really different thing to know that and to experience that in everyday life. Mm-hmm. And that's really what we want to share in this video, what it really looks like that your twin flame heals with you and makes the same choices. And yeah, I would love to ask you, what is it like to heal with your twin flame and see how your healing work impacts them, and like how does your healing work actually impact me?
What I experience with you when I heal is that you sleep a lot.
Okay.
When I apply the teachings and do the mirror exercise, I experienced that Denis affected, but that does not mean that he experienced the same emotions as I do. When I move through the emotion of sadness or the emotion of anxiety, does not mean that my twin flame moves through the same emotions as I do. Mm-hmm. But at the core, we are healing the same upset. At the core, we are healing the same wound, and there are different emotions and memories for you what's coming up. And sometimes when I really dive deep and when I really heal some blocks, I experience that you fall asleep and that you need to rest and that it's meant
holding space.
You're holding space.
What you're saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What does it mean to hold space?
It just means that like when one of you is working through deep things and just healing a lot and feeling through many feelings and doing the mirror exercise or just doing a lot of inner work, the other twin flame is just energetically holding space for you by resting or sleeping, or like maybe it doesn't even have to be that, but basically when you hear something really deep, it's almost impossible for both of you to do the mirror exercise at the same time. Like what I've noticed is when you're really deep in your inner work and you're healing deep stuff, I literally can't do the mirror exercise.
Same for me.
Yeah, goes both ways. But it's really I'm internally, energetically holding space. And when I try to do a mirror exercise, it's kind of this I just run into this wall almost. and it doesn't feel bad or anything. It just feels like I don't have the capacity right now to do the mirror exercise. And usually what happens is I do rest, or sometimes I sleep, sometimes I just like rest or hold space in whatever way. I mean, it's not dependent on what activity you do on the outside. So it can happen that you do your inner work and I clean, or
sometimes you're cleaning.
I clean a lot when you do deep inner work, because I think that's my way of processing and holding space while you do the inner work. But yeah, every person has their own like activities or like behaviors that they have or do when they hold space.
Could possibly be that your twin flame do sports, and that your twin flame has to do physical stuff to process while you're moving through your healing process. So just wanted to add that.
So when you do your inner work, how do you, like, what impact do you notice it having on me? Like, is it like, okay, you do your inner work and you look at me and you're like, oh wow, he's changed, and now he's like, how is it impacting us, our relationship, me instantly? And what is it like?
The outcome is always different. It's not that I do the mirror exercise to get something from you. It's not that I'm kind of like, oh, I want more romance, and therefore I do the mirror exercise so that you do what I want you to do. That's not how it goes.
It doesn't work. That's control.
That's control. That's not how it works. But when I give myself what I need in that space, I instantly, you reflect that. But I'm always not expecting what you're doing. It's just kind of like, why are you doing this right now? Why are you so caring? And not that you weren't, but it's kind of like, wow, we're going deeper into loving each other, and the way you do it and the way you express it is mostly surprising.
So every time when you hear something, are we getting closer? Is it impacting our relationship? Or is it like I have to hear for 1 month and then I see a change in our relationship?
It's instantly.
Beautiful.
How about you?
It's instant for me too. Like, I've noticed when I hear, usually for me it's like, I notice when we're having an upset in our union, and sometimes it's something on your side to hear through, and sometimes it's something on my side to hear through. But for me, it's mostly this feeling of like, oh, I feel that there's something there. Something doesn't feel peaceful in our relationship, in our union. There's an upset that needs to be addressed. And then usually the moment when it's something for me to heal, I heal it within myself, and then I instantly notice how the feeling how our union starts to feel different. Like, there's more love coming in, I feel more at peace, I feel closer to you. Usually I start to feel more attracted to you, all of these things. And many times I know, like, when I heal, I have the same thing as you, like, I'm just healing, feeling peace within me, and then you're coming and, like, I don't know, flirting with me or like getting close to me, and I'm like, oh, I've done my inner work and wasn't expecting this. But yeah, it's very instant always. But yeah, it really starts with this like healing within, and then feeling at peace within. And then once, because that's like the whole point of healing. It's like you have an upset, your twin flame mirrors that to you, you heal it within, and you start feeling better about yourself, God, your twin flame union within you, and then your twin flame mirrors back to you that good feeling that you have on the inside.
The healing.
Yep, the healing, absolutely. Do you feel something when I heal? Like, when you see me sitting on the sofa and doing the mirror exercise and healing through things, how is that impacting you? Is it impacting you?
It is impacting me. And I'm present with my feelings, and of course I can't mirror that, but there's stuff going on inside of me, and sometimes memories are coming up, and sometimes very often I make new choices. I process while I'm moving through that, and yeah, I totally feel where in my consciousness you're gardening
Yes.
right now.
For me, it's the same. Like, I just had the other day, I think it was yesterday, Nicole was healing through some things, and I know I was upset while you were doing, like, I had my own upsets. I wasn't feeling so good in that moment, that time yesterday. And I know you were in another room and working through things, and I literally could feel when you started loving yourself in that part. I don't think I even told you, but I could literally, I was like doing other things, and then all of a sudden I just started feeling this like peace coming into my heart in that place where I was feeling upset. And I was just literally feeling like, oh my God, okay, you're loving yourself in that place right now. I could literally feel it happening, and how you were filling yourself up with love in that place. And out of nowhere, like I just started, out of nowhere, like seemingly out of nowhere, like I started feeling good and at peace. I was like, oh, okay, I'm not upset anymore. I feel good right now. And while that was happening, I had to think about my entire twin flame journey, where I had like moments where seemingly out of nowhere I was like in an upset, and then I just like all of a sudden was seemingly out of nowhere feeling good and at peace. And back then I was like, I always had these like moments where I was like, I was upset an hour ago and now I feel really, really good, and I didn't do anything. I didn't do mirror exercise. And I just had to think, like, I think that was you healing back then. Yeah. So the whole point of what we want to convey to you with sharing our experiences and all of that is that you and your twin flame, you really won. And that when you heal, it really impacts your twin flame like instantly. It's not like a delayed reaction where like you hear something and then your twin flame, it kind of arrives at your twin flame like in a week or so. It's actually the moment you make new choices, or you hear something within yourself and you love a part inside of you in your consciousness, it affects your twin flame instantly. And yeah, I think it's just really important on the twin flame journey, while healing separation and even afterwards, to know that the inner work that you're doing is not like for nothing. Like it's really extremely impactful and extremely powerful. And it really, really strongly attracts your twin flame to you. Like it's really magnetizing your twin flame. And yeah, that's what happens to us every time when we do inner work. We're more strongly magnetized to each other.
And it's safe. I also want to add is that it's safe to heal in layers, because it's not overnight.
Yes.
It's not something you don't heal separation overnight. It is a process. And let it be a process, because that's the most compassionate for you, to give yourself the space and the time you need to feel good and at peace, because your twin flame will
mirror
everything and intensify every upset and every trauma and every unhealed part inside of yourself, and this will come up. So it's safe to
take it slow,
or
take it in your own time.
Right. But it works and it's real.
And yeah, that's, the same principle that you work once you're in union, like what we do every day, where we're like, living our life, having upsets coming up, working through our upsets, getting closer to each other, going deep into our union. It's the same process that you work after coming into union and before coming into union. Like literally nothing changes, other that now when you work through your upsets, you have your twin flame by your side and you're working through it together and more intimately and communicating about it and like doing this whole thing called life together, so to say. And yeah, being on a spiritual journey together. But before coming into union, it's the exact same process. It's the same process of magnetizing your twin flame. Like after union, you know, working this process of going deeper into your union and magnetizing each other deeper, you do the same thing before union. So this process of healing yourself inside of you with the mirror exercise, with loving yourself, is what really attracts your twin flame. And it's really something that's really undeniable. Like even looking at it logically from every perspective. Like I can't, like, just logically, scientifically, or whatever you want to call it, if I were to logically, scientifically, whatever, look at like our relationship, I could not deny that twin flames are real, because it would be just crazy that every time that I hear, you react instantly to my new choices, my healing, and reflect it absolutely perfectly back to me. And that every time when I hear something, we go deeper into our relationship. And even when we have challenges, or like it gets a bit messy, and like we even had moments like the first couple of months when we came together, we were still working through upsets of like, are we really twin flames? And even when that happened, like we had to completely just surrender this, okay, like we're just gonna surrender that we're twin flames and just explore and follow our feelings and heal through it. And every time when we actually healed through it, we met in the exact same place again. And I guess that's a really strong indicator too of like how it's gonna feel with your true twin flame. It's really this feeling of, no matter what you heal, no matter what you're going through after the healing, you're always gonna meet in the same place and be on the same page. And that's obviously reflected in your healing, where you're at with your healing, and the healing that you've I guess the love that you've cultivated within yourself with the healing that you do.
So
do you feel complete?
I feel complete.
I do too. Thank you everyone so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to our channel. If you desire to work with a certified ascension coach from Twin Flames Universe, you can find a link in the description box below. And we look forward to seeing you in our next video.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.